Okay, let's talk about something so many of us go through, a time of major hormonal change. But what if we looked at this a little differently? What if this isn't just a storm to get through, but actually a chance to take the wheel and become the co-architect of our own well-being? Let's dive into how that's possible.
First things first, let's get into the biology here. Because if you've been feeling like your internal thermostat is totally out of whack, or maybe your emotional settings have been randomly shuffled, I really want you to hear this. You are not imagining it. There is a very real, very physical recalibration happening inside you.
Does any of this sound familiar? Feeling way more reactive than usual? Maybe you're suddenly a much lighter sleeper. Or you just feel more easily overwhelmed by things that used to be no big deal. These are not personal failings. Not at all. They're actually really common shared experiences, and they're all connected to this profound biological shift happening just under the surface.
So here's the key player, estrogen. It does so much more than we usually give it credit for. It pretty much acts like a steadying hand on our nervous system, It helps keep us calm and balanced. But as its levels start to fluctuate and decline, it's like that steady hand isn't always on the wheel, which can leave us feeling a bit, wobbly. This seesaw is just such a perfect way to picture what's going on. On one side, you have your fight or flight response. That's your high alert, super stress state. And on the other side, you've got rest and digest, your calm, relaxed state. With less of that steadying estrogen, the seesaw naturally starts to tilt toward fight or flight. It's not that you can't get to the other side, it just takes a little more conscious effort to push it back down.
Let's just let that sink in for a second. This is a real physical recalibration happening in your body, whether you asked for it or not. Your body's working so hard to find a new kind of balance. So please, give yourself some grace here. What you're experiencing is very, very real. So that's the what's happening in our bodies. But that is only half the story. Now let's talk about the most exciting part, the how. How we can pivot from feeling like we're just along for the ride to actually taking the lead. This right here is the game changer. Because while all those hormonal shifts are happening to you, how you respond, well, that is entirely up to you. This is where you reclaim your power. This is your territory. And the science behind this is just incredible. It's a concept called neuroplasticity. And listen, this isn't just a nice idea. It's a biological fact that your brain isn't set in stone. The thoughts you think and the actions you take can literally create new neural pathways. It's like forging new, easier trails in a forest. You can physically rewire your own brain. Just think of it like this. Your deliberate choices are like messages you are sending directly to your nervous system. You actually have the power to send it signals of safety and calm, helping it find that rest and digest side of the seesaw more easily, and to build stronger, more resilient pathways to get there. So what does this actually look like in our day-to-day lives? Let's open up the toolkit. And this isn't about making some huge, overwhelming changes. Nope. These are small, powerful levers you can start using today. And here they are, the 3 areas where you have the most influence. Think of them as your 3 superpowers: your language, your choices, and your actions. Let's break them down. Okay, first, your language. That inner voice, it matters. When you criticize yourself, your body doesn't know the difference between your inner critic and a real-life threat. It actually releases the stress hormone cortisol. But when you speak to yourself with kindness, it's like sending a wave of calming chemicals through your system. You are, quite literally, your own best medicine. Next up, your choices. I want you to think about a simple, everyday moment. You can't find your keys. You have a choice, right? You can go down the path of catastrophe. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind, which floods your body with stress hormones. Or you can choose a different path, the path of humor. Well, this is an unexpected adventure. In that single moment of choice, you can completely change your body's physical response. It's that powerful. And finally, your conscious actions. Think of these as manual override buttons for your nervous system. Taking 3 deep, slow breaths, choosing to reframe a negative thought, or even just having a good, hearty laugh. These are all ways to manually push that seesaw back towards the rest and digest side. You are literally guiding your body back to a state of calm. So, what does this all add up to? It's a simple but really profound truth. You are not just a passive observer of this process. You are a co-architect. I really want this to land with you. You are not helpless. You are not just a passenger being tossed around in a hormonal storm. You are at the helm. You are an active, powerful participant with real influence over your own well-being. This is the beautiful paradox of it all. Both of these things are true at the same time. Yes, your system is in flux, and you have incredible agency. You can hold the reality of the biological chaos and the power of your personal control in your hands at the exact same time.
So, I'll leave you with this question. And it doesn't have to be big. Will you take 3 deep breaths when you feel that stress rising? Will you reframe one critical thought about yourself? What is one small, deliberate choice you will make today to remind your body and yourself that you are at the helm?